Yo, what's up? Hope you're having a beautiful day today. Real quick, I want to do a video just talking about a topic that came up. It comes up often, to be honest, but I wanted to sort of speak more about it in this video. So just to kind of get to the point, the overall thing I wanted to bring up that a lot of people don't take seriously, and I don't understand why, is choosing a long-term partner. And I say this, and people get weirded out. They're like people choose partners. And when I say partners, I mean dating partners, like relationships, girlfriend, boyfriend, wife, husband. People choose their partners in the most nonsensical way, in my opinion, at least, in my opinion. What I find a lot of people do is they go out, they meet somebody, they might, have sex, whatever. They might connect a little bit because of the chemicals, different hormones, whatever. And then they settle down, they stay together. And they later on, maybe 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from then, figure out that their partner was awful for them. Terrible partner, terrible match, didn't help them with their overall life goals at all. And I see so many people sacrifice themselves, sacrifice everything that they wanted to work for, sacrifice their values, sacrifice everything for their partner. And to me, it's the weirdest thing out there. I don't truly understand it. I don't know why people do this, but I wanted to make this video to sort of bring the idea to your attention and say, if you're watching this, put more work into vetting your potential partner. Put more work into actually trying to choose a good partner and not just picking the first person that shows you interest. Especially with dudes. I feel like that's a very common problem amongst a lot of men. They'll see a girl that's pretty, maybe they aren't great at talking to girls. Maybe they struggle to go out and date or whatever. And they find a girl that's attractive enough. She's interesting enough. She listens to them enough. And they ultimately shoot themselves in the foot because what they do is they end up dating her. They sleep with her. They get attached to her. They bond with her. And they stay with her forever. And they don't really vet her. They don't really they don't really observe her personality. They don't observe her character, her values, her parents, her friends. They don't analyze any of these things. And these are all the things they should be analyzing. And it goes unchecked. And after a few years, maybe 5, 10, 15 years, like I said earlier, things blow up. And all the red flags that were always there start to become more visible. They become more apparent. And the relationship falls apart. Now, the issue with that is for a lot of dudes, because they don't really choose their partner chooses them, what happens in the long run is that they can't leave. It's kind of like a scarcity thing. And it's not false scarcity. It's real scarcity. And it's real scarcity because a lot of these dudes out here haven't invested time to learn how to talk to girls, to learn how girls think, how they communicate, the different subtleties, the nuances of what girls mean when they say one thing, all of those types of skills that go into dating and relationships. They haven't done any of the work. And maybe they didn't know they should have done the work. Maybe they didn't know what work to do, whatever. Still, the point remains, they have true scarcity because they don't really have that many options. And because they don't have that many options, the girl just does whatever she wants. The guy has no choice but to put up with it. And she ultimately ruins his life. And I'm not saying that this can't happen to girls too. This can certainly happen to girls. Girls can choose, a bad boyfriend or a bad husband and ultimately ruin her life or set her back. But I do find that for a lot of girls are a little bit more choosy, and from what I've seen, than guys are. I think guys have sort of built-in scarcity, so they don't put in that much effort. The first girl that likes them, they sort of stick with her. I'm gonna say you should just completely avoid that. Do your best to not let that happen to you. And the reason why I bring this up is because I see so many dudes out there who had potential. People I've known personally and people I've seen through TV or through a friend of a friend. So much potential, so many different goals, so much value that they could have brung to other people. Brought, I don't know. So much value that they could have brought to other people. And they waste it. They ruin it. They throw it away because some girl effectively ruined their lives. And I'm not even blaming the girl. I blame the guy completely. As a guy, you should, like I said, vet your potential partner. You should have an idea of what you want your future to look like. And you should understand that whoever you bring into your life, whether that be your girlfriend or if you boyfriend, whatever it is, friends in general, whoever you bring into your life should add value to your life. They should be a compliment to your life. And I think that's important to keep in mind, important to understand. So I just wanted to bring that up. I see videos like Amber Heard and Will Smith, stuff like that. And you see they have these like terrible partners. Get into the sunlight. They have these terrible partners. And I think the natural thought process is to assume that over time that person gradually changed, or maybe they switched things up and someone like Will Smith or Johnny Depp or whoever didn't know or didn't see it coming. I don't personally think that's true. I don't think that's what happens. I think the person always had those red flags. I think that person always had more or less the same personality. They always exhibited those traits that were just bad for the person at least. I think what happens is that a lot of people choose to ignore those red flags. They choose to ignore those bad habits or those traits. And so I'm telling you, if you're watching this, don't do that. Do the opposite. Don't ignore the red flags. Don't ignore the bad traits. Do the work to vet your potential partner. And ultimately, what I'm going to say, the reason why I think a lot of guys don't vet their partner like they should is because they're afraid to lose the girl. And to me, of course, it's a plane flying above. To me, though, I think one of the ultimate powers you can have as a guy is to be willing to let the girl go. I truly think that's the ultimate superpower as a guy. To be able to meet a girl, be attached to her, be attracted to her, think she's good for your life, ignore your emotions and listen to your logic. And if your logic dictates that this is the best way to go, cut her off, leave her, get rid of her. And I'm not saying it doesn't need to be done in a bad way. I think it should be done in a positive way. It should be done in a way where she understands what happened. But ultimately, I think as a guy, you need to be able to make the decision to walk away. I think that's where most of, I don't want to say leverage in a bad way, but I want to say as far as you having control over your life, you being able to walk away will give you the ultimate leverage for your own life. And I think that's what you should have. You should have leverage, you should have sovereignty, you should have control over your own life. So hopefully this video made sense. Hopefully this all helped in some way. As always, if you have any questions or if you ever need anything, leave a comment, shoot me a DM. I'm always there to answer questions. Peace out.